The lunatic grand jury foreperson. Forgive me, she's not a lunatic, but she's a very strange young woman who, in breaking the protocol of virtually every grand jury ever, has decided to go on a press tour. Just so the audience understands what we're talking about, this is the grand jury looking into whether Trump broke any laws or his, compadres and colleagues broke any laws in trying to get the Georgia election results overturned. They impaneled a grand jury. They've been at it for the better part of a year. And now we find out the other day through the grand jury report, which doesn't actually indict anybody, it just makes recommendations to the DA that they want indictments. They do believe that several people should be indicted, but we don't know who. Okay, so that was news. Wasn't particularly shocking, all right, given the politics down there. But okay, that's where we stood until Emily Kohrs, Kohrs, decides to make herself a star. And she is doing interview after interview. Here is just a little flavor of how Emily sounds. This is SOT 1 with NBC.
Did the grand jury recommend indictments of multiple people?
Yes. I will tell you, it's not a short list. I mean, we saw 75 people, and there are 6 pages of the report cut out.
So we're talking about more than a dozen people?
I would say that, yes.
Are these recognizable names that people would know?
There are certainly names that you would recognize, yes. There definitely are some names that you expect.
She goes on to say she's going to be disappointed if the DA decides not to do anything, and talks about how exciting it was to swear in Rudy Giuliani and how it'd be so amazing if she could get access to President Trump, because that's the moment she really wanted, but he didn't wind up testifying. Ben, what do you make of this?
So she's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just start with that. That is a very weird human being.
Yes.
And there is something absolutely delicious about a media that is hungering for Trump to be indicted. In any case, right? New York, Georgia, D.C., it doesn't matter to them. They want Trump indicted, but they couldn't help themselves having on this lady to essentially taint the entire jury pool of the state of Georgia. So they have on this crazy person. And she I mean,
She's
on her
off.
apparently her Pinterest page is just filled with like witchcraft and Wiccan pins and stuff. I wondered, how do you become the grand jury forewoman? Is this like the people in the grand jury were like, it's got to be her. She's the best spokesperson.
Obviously.
She's the one who can put it all together. Because I just wonder, it just, it keeps going through my brain that the great shortcoming of the jury system is that your fate will be adjudicated by people who are too stupid to avoid jury duty.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
that is what you see right there.
Never mind grand jury duty, which is the worst because you get impaneled for 18 months. They only get people who are basically unemployed because no normal working person could ever do that. So you might get some normal people on there, but you will often get people like Emily on there who are enjoying the process just a little too much. Charlie Kirk had a great line, speaking of the witchcraft stuff, saying that she puts the witch in witch hunt.
It's very weird. And again, I think that the big fail here is the members of the media, because what the media should have done is they should have said, okay, well, I mean, we're not going to get any real breaking news from this, but we have to have her on. We have to have her on. I mean, we need it. They need the ratings. Yeah. And it just goes to show you that everything about 2024 for the media is an exercise in disingenuousness. Because on the one hand, like, Trump's a threat to the republic. He must be stopped. And on the other hand, anybody who declares for the presidency, from Nikki Haley to Vivek Ramaswamy, everyone becomes the enemy the minute they declare, because the media desperately wants Trump. They desperately want him to be the nominee. Mm-hmm. He's great for ratings, and they think Biden's going to beat him. Mm-hmm. So it's like they can't help themselves.
Yeah, they're correct that Nikki Haley, and as much as I love Vivek, they're not going to be the ratings juggernauts.
Right.
Trump is 100%, always has been, always will be. I can't leave Emily yet. We need to get to know her a little bit better. Okay, here she is talking about the possibility of Trump being indicted. She didn't reveal the cards. She didn't say who's going to be indicted, just multiple indictments. She wouldn't lift the dress up on President Trump and his fate. But let's get to know her a little bit better. Here we go, SOT 2.
Did the grand jury recommend an indictment of former President Trump?
I'm not going to speak on exact indictments.
Would we be surprised? Are there bombshells of who is indictment?
I don't think that there are any giant plot twists coming. I don't think that there are any, giant, that's not the way I expected this to go at all. I don't think that's in store for anyone.
So nothing that would surprise people who have been following this?
Probably not. I wouldn't want to characterize anyone else's reaction, of course, but
Oh my God.
so that was when we heard a lot in testimony. But probably not. It probably wouldn't shock you. I would not expect you to be too shocked, no.
And that includes of the former president, potentially.
Potentially, it might.
Oh my God.
What is even happening?
The fact that there are quacks in the back is absolutely perfect. It was straight out of Central Casting.
It's so good. It's so good.
She's like giggling for the listening audience who didn't get to see it, and you really should go to YouTube to check it out. She's like coy. She's making sort of flirtatious faces. She's shrugging her shoulders.
You remember that Emmys broadcast where Winona Ryder was up on stage with the cast of Stranger Things, and she's just like making weird faces during the entire speech that her co-star is making. She's kind of gazing off into the distance, just kind of quizzically looking around. The eyebrows are going up and down. And so people turned that into an internet meme with a bunch of like random equations appearing around her, like she doesn't understand math. And that's this lady. Like I don't. Where is she? Like the camera's here, lady.
Okay.
Like you're talking to the like here, or the anchor is there. Like what are you doing? She's looking all over the place. Like these are the people who decide the fate of the country.
Well, and she's loving her moment in the sun too much to be in charge of something this serious, but this is the way the system works. Just a couple of bits of color. She said that she spoke of how the gravity of the special grand jury's work was not lost on her. Quote, I told my boyfriend at one point during the proceeding, during all this, I came home and I told him, do you know that if I was in a room with Donald Trump and Joseph Biden and they knew who I was, they would both want to speak with me.
Oh, good Lord.
Then she goes on to add this. She says one of the big moments for her was the moment when she came in and she was eating, what kind of popsicle was it? A Ninja Turtle popsicle, as she swore in the late House Speaker of Georgia, David Ralston. So she adds the details like that. I mean, just the
That's
fact...
a very specific memory.
You're not surprised at all that she likes Ninja Turtle popsicles, are you?
No, that's
Not
actually
even...
the least surprising thing I've learned about her today, actually. Wow.
So now Trump is out there already using this, as of course you would, saying there was a very enthusiastic young lady who went on a press tour about my grand jury proceeding down there. An extremely energetic young woman. And get this, he says she's going around, she's doing a media tour, revealing incredibly the grand jury's inner workings and thoughts, which she kind of is. She is talking about how they felt about certain witnesses and so on. He says this is an illegal kangaroo court, and some even who don't necessarily support Trump are saying this supports moving the trial out of this jurisdiction. This undermines the credibility of the whole process, and it actually could lead to a legitimate objection by the Trump team that there was something tainted about this indictment in the first place. She needed it too badly for personal reasons.
There was a clip from CNN that was going around of one of their lawyers who they like to talk to who's lamenting the fact that this may have tainted the grand jury pool, and you could hear the Price is Right sad music, the sad trombone going happening with the CNN anchors while this person was speaking. And again, this is the problem, is that the media culture has created so much of this controversy. And I got to be honest, I'm puzzled as to why it would take 2 years to investigate this.
Yeah.
Like the Brad Raffensperger call, that transcript was available within days of it happening.
We all heard
knew. What else is there to investigate, really? Like, that's either going to be one thing or another thing. What's the extraneous evidence going to be? And they're not getting Trump on this stuff. This is not going to happen.
This is too ambiguous. I know they think they've got him because he had that one line, I need 11,000 whatever votes, but that's too ambiguous, believe it or not. If you listen to the whole thing, he's not clearly saying, go find me illegal votes.
Correct.
He's trying to say, I don't trust the process, and this is how far behind I am, and this is the extent to which I was hurt by what I believe is an illegal process. I will say this, it's fun to listen. So the media can't stop themselves from putting her on, even though they know it's going to taint this process that they love and that they want. And then you get the media reaction to what's happening here. TPM, Talking Points Memo, far left. Juries, including grand juries, are composed of ordinary people, Ben. Okay, that's what they say. And they do ordinary people things. Okay. But with the fate of the republic and the rule of law hanging in the balance at this perilous moment, it is not time to jeopardize long-running investigations with public winks and nods about what's coming. The fate of the republic is at issue with this Georgia indictment, didn't you know?
Well, I mean, also, this is a normal person. This is she's a representative of the people. Right. Wicca is a thing, man. It's big and it's a thing, and those are the people.
For many parts of the country, February weather is cold and unforgiving. The days are short and sunlight can be hard to come by, and those days relaxing by the pool seem all too far away. But when you have a Michael Phelps swim spa by Master Spas, you can enjoy the best of a pool with the therapy of a hot tub, even in the middle of winter. Michael Phelps swim spas come in a variety of sizes to complement almost any yard, even if it's a small one. Michael Phelps Swim Spas by Master Spas have a water current so you can swim. You can do aquatic exercises, and you can just have fun with the kids. This is going to reinvent your family time. The water buoyancy will relieve pressure on aching joints. Enjoy pure relaxation in the massage therapy seats of the swim spa. And since it's heated, you can use it year-round in any climate. Michael Phelps Swim Spas are 100% made in the USA by Master Spas, the world's largest swim spa manufacturer. You are going to love your Michael Phelps Swim Spa by Master Spas. Go to masterspas.com. Put in the promo code MK to save $1,000 on a Michael Phelps Swim Spa or $500 on a Master Spas hot tub. Masterspas.com, promo code MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.